got a YouTube page, 159,000.
Your speakers turn them up, boom, the reefer burn it up. Cause vibe reactions in the building, we for certain love. The king of this reaction thing, and it's curtains for a fool that think it coming at the team. It ain't hurting us, true. I'm a vibe like Ray, and that's my brother and them. He love it when you go monkey with them bars, and this my
I thought about just starting all my videos just dancing, doing a little twirl. I'm a twirly type of dude, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Federico, cut the beat. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are enjoying the Marshall Mathers LP, my favorite Eminem album ever. My number one, el número uno. This is the one that I had in my headphones, in my tape player, on my CD player, on the CD player at home, on the tape player at home, at my friend's house tape player, in my friend's car. I said, hey, what are you guys listening to? Oh, we're listening to some jam rock. And I'm like, oh yeah? Eject. Tape out the window. Marshall Mathers LP. Slide that bitch in. Roll down the motherfucking windows. Middle fingers out the windows. And I just don't give a fuck. Even though that was a Slim Shady LP, I don't care. This is a song that I learned how to drive with. I mean, not the song, but this is the album that I learned how to drive with when I was in my cousin's car without my license. Doing this. Huh? This goes back in the day, man. I love this fucking album. We're going to start with the Paul skit. Next song on the track list is Who Knew? Another one of those songs in the album. We're going to start getting a little bit on the serious tip. I like the fluctuation of the serious songs to the crazy, like Eminem wilding out type shit. I like the fluctuation in it because you got a lot of great songs in here, a lot of classic songs in here, but then you got a lot of lyrical miracle shit that you just like, what in the flying fuck pack? Let's start with the Paul skit. Paul, Mr. Rosenberg. It is on you.
What's going on? It's Paul. Dre gave me a copy of the new album, and I just... fuck it.
I never knew I never.
He didn't have no choice, man. He can't say nothing to him. You thought he learned from the Slim Shady LP. He understood by the Marshall Mathers LP. I has no point. No point. This motherfucker's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do, bro.
I never knew I.
Mic check.
1, 2. I never knew I. Who would've knew? I never knew I.
You know how we do it. The first verse.
I never knew I.
First verse always.
Fuck with a thought.
Motherfucker comes out. First verse always. I always gotta rap the first verse all the way through, then we'll go back. You know how it go in vibe reactions, baby?
Sells a couple of million records. And these motherfuckers hit the ceiling. I don't do black music. I don't do white music. I make fight music for high school kids. Put lives at risk when I drive like this. I put wives at risk with a knife like this. Shit, you probably think I'm in your tape deck now. I'm in the backseat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Duck the fuck way down, waiting to straight jump out. Put it over your mouth and grab you by the face. What now? Oh, you want me to watch my mouth? How? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around? Look, I'll burn your fucking house down, circle around and hit the hydrant so you can't put your burning furniture out. I'm sorry, there.
Come on, who says that? I had to pause it on that one, bro. I'm gonna put your whole entire, I'm gonna burn your whole shit down. Then I'm gonna spin the block and I'm gonna take the hydrant out so you will have no way to take that shit out. That is some fucked up shit. Only Slim. This is the type of shit that we were listening to at 16, kids. Don't do drugs are bad, okay? Another Eminem song that is fire. All OGs know. All the old. Anyone can get along. Dun, 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 dun. You already know what it is, man. The OGs know. Hi there, little boys and girls. I don't want to do it to them. Today we're going to learn how to boil some squirrels. That's what he said. And that was the shock value shit. That was the shit that people were listening to back in 99. They were like, Oh, what? They didn't understand what the fuck was going on, bro. These man's lyrics is too crazy, man.
You want me to watch my mouth? How? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around? Look, I'll burn your fucking house down, circle around and hit the hydrants so you can't put your burning furniture out. I'm sorry, there must be a mix-up. You want me to fix up lyrics while the president gets his dick sucked? Fuck that, take drugs, rape sluts, make fun of gay clubs, men who wear makeup, get aware, wake up, get a sense of humor. We're trying to censor music, this is for your kids' amusement. But don't blame me when little Eric jumps off of the terrace, you should have been watching him. Apparently you ain't parents.
That's a very strong statement. That's a very strong statement. Like, stop blaming me for every little because that's what they were doing, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a fallacy. This is not a story. This isn't anything. People were taking this not taking quote, but the people were fucking trying to get this man out. You want to talk about cancel? Cancel? Or, you know why people don't talk about how Eminem was being canceled? Because he wasn't getting canceled a lot by the actual culture. He was getting canceled by the parents of the kids that are in the culture. That the parents are not in the culture, so they don't give a flying fuck about an Eminem. That's cancellation. They were doing protest in front of fucking record stores, in front of everywhere. Buying albums, they were trying to get him the fuck out of saying your lyrics is what's making my child go nuts. And Eminem's been simply just saying, no bitch, I'm not your fucking child's father. I am a rapper. That under this freedom of speech, I could say whatever the fuck I want. If your child doesn't have the common sense to know the things that I'm saying are fantasy, most of it. Some of it based on my life experiences, where I'm telling a story. If they can't tell the difference of my music, then you as the parent need to start looking into what parental advisory stickers are and do some research. It's parental advisory. We're advising the parents. Do not let your child buy this album. No good for him or for hers. No good. Very vulgar language. A lot of things they're not used to hearing in Sesame Street and shit. Parental advisory. We're advising the parentals. Understand what I'm saying? He's saying stop putting all the blame on my music when you should be a parent and understand that when a parental advisory sticker is on a fucking CD, that means that child should not go, or you shouldn't buy this for him. It's advising you, hey, take a look. You listen to it first. If you want to really buy it for your child, buy it. But you listen to it first. That parental advisory sticker saying, listen to it and make sure that it suits your level of parenting for your child to go ahead and grab the CD and continue on listening to the song or songs in the album. But since you let your child do whatever the fuck your child wants to do, and they're going to go run into my music, and then guess what's going to happen? They're going to love my music. I did what I had to do as an artist to let you guys know, check this shit out first before you let your child listen to it. Probably not going to be good for them. This is for adults to listen to, people that are already above the age of common sense. Of having common sense. By 18, 19, you pretty much have enough sense to know what the fuck to do and what not to do, right? That's all he's saying. But Eminem, everybody talk about the internet's canceled. Like Ray J getting canceled and all these people. And Ray J invented being canceled and all this other shit. No. Or going viral or none of that. Eminem was going viral before y'all niggas even know what the word meant. Are you crazy? Been there, done that. off of his lyrics. Off of not anything else, just of his lyrics. His felony case, yeah, he was in the news. Cool. When he OD'd, yeah, he was in the news. Cool. I'm talking about in the midst of it all. Come on, dog. I haven't even lit up this blunt yet of how preposterous it was to even think that. Go and talk your shit.
Get aware, wake up, get a sense of humor. We're trying to send some music. This is for your kids' amusement. But don't blame me when little Eric jumps off of the terrace. You should have been watching him. Apparently, you ain't parents.
I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch.
So who's bringing the guns in this country? I couldn't sneak a plastic pellet gun through customs over in London. And last week I seen this Schwarzenegger movie where he's shooting all sorts of these motherfuckers with an Uzi. I see these 3 little kids up in the front row, screaming go, with their 17-year-old uncle. I'm like, guidance, ain't they got the same moms and dads who got mad when I asked if they like violence? And told me that my tape taught them to swear. What about the makeup you allow your 12-year-old daughter to wear? So tell me that your son...
Talking about, man, that's what I'm talking about. When these motherfuckers was hearing the whole... Because it was not only the Slim Shady LP, because this is referencing him talking about all the shit that he was getting off of the Slim Shady LP. All the shit that he said on the Slim Shady LP, those kids probably went back and started seeing his freestyles, started seeing his underground shit, started listening to the Slim Shady EP, probably going to start going all the way down to Infinite. I know I did. So as a child in that time that my parents were supposed to be, but my parents are Hispanic, I was playing Eminem without headphones at the house. Because for what reason? They don't know English. I'm not gonna say whatever the fuck he wants to say. And my mother's like, oh my goodness, I like it. I like it. After he just finished saying he's gonna put his girl in the trunk. Oh my goodness, very sad. Guay. I like the voice. A lot of words. That's what my mother said. They don't know what the hell he's saying. I was privileged, bro. I was like, I sang cleaning out my closet to my mother. And my mother was like this. It's so pretty for your mama. You sing it to me, not knowing what it means because she doesn't know. But then my sister's like, you know what they're saying, mama and papa? And then they snitched on me. Then my mother's like, I don't like that song. And then shit happens, bro. That's when I started buying headphones. And that's when I started. So in the beginning, I didn't have to do it. At the end, yeah, my sister snitched, man. They explained, kill you to my mother. And she's like, oh, you know. My mother went to go to church the next day. She went to church. She was like, all right, Father, please forgive me for my sins. I listened to some horrible shit. It's M. It's M. What do you want me to do about it, Ma? What do you want me to do about it, Ma?
Daughter to wear. So tell me that your son doesn't know any cuss words when his bus driver's screaming at him, fucking him up worse.
That's another thing, people around the community. Yeah, they got all these fucking gangbangers around the neighborhood, and you talk about my music is fucking them up. Look what they're looking at, man. He just saw a crackhead steal the VCR from your neighbor. You think that means anything? My words ain't gonna mean shit. What are we talking about, man? But it's true and it's not true. Like, it's true, absolutely. It's absolutely true. The parents have to take responsibility for what the kids listen to, what the kids watch on TV to a certain age. That is the parents' job. Point blank. So they're like, they can't go and be like, oh, my child's acting is up and it's because of that goddamn internet. Well, you gave them the internet. So it's because of you. You're the one that gave them the internet. They would have not known how to work it without you. So, I mean, we got to take some responsibility for us not being on top of that and trying to censor what our kid, not all of us. Like, I know me and my wife, I know a lot of the Vibe Gang does. A lot of Vibe Gang, because we've had this conversation before. A lot of the Vibe Gangs, that's pretty much how they parent. They're not trying to expose them to all that bullshit. They keep an eye, like my kids, until a certain age, my kids had a time frame that they had phone time. Their phone time stopped at fucking 8 o'clock, that's it, or 9 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock on weekdays, 11 o'clock on weekends. And at that time, their phone is a paperweight. You can't do nothing in it. You can't call, you can't text, you can't use the internet, you can't do nothing. Yeah, I think the only thing that you could do is play the built-in games that are inside the phone, and now that's it. Like that offline shit, the offline games, that's the only thing that I think you could do on that phone. Other than that, you can't do shit. Because we have to take seeing social media and see how social media was, I was like, I can't. My kid could get into any of this shit, man. To any of it. So we control it. Now, obviously not now. My daughter's 21 years old, and my son is just turned 16 right now, but my son he still has his curfew. He's still like, all right, dude, that's it. Cut that shit off. It's time to go to fucking bed. You need your 8 hours. Because then they're going to go to school all disoriented because they're fucking tired because they went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. You think they're going to really focus? All right, so let's put it like this. As an adult, if you only got 2 hours of sleep, how long you think you're going to last doing that shit, going to work at 7 o'clock in the morning? With only 2 hours of sleep because you stay up late all night playing video games. Or smoking or doing whatever the fuck is it you do. You're not going to be worth shit the next day. When you're young, when you're in your 20s, yeah, you could do that all day long. Eventually, that shit catch up to you and you can't do it no more. I tell them, you got to get your 8 hours. A clear-headed is always good for a full days of work, whether it be in school, whether it be anything. We have to show them these habits in order for them to start latching onto these habits on their own. And then they'll be able to understand, all right, I need my 8 hours. I need to start eating right. And like my son, he lost so much weight. My daughter lost so much weight. I lost so much weight because we all as a family said, we're going to do this. It's not going to be no more fucking just eating fucking Burger King and doing all that shit. It's time to eat right. It's time to exercise, walk through all that. Our job is to make sure that our child. So if we're doing all of that, whatever the fuck my kid listens to is not going to bother him. It's not going to fucking reflect what he does or anything. My son is a huge Eminem fan. But at the same time, my son's a good fucking kid. Straight A's in fucking school. Honor roll last year. So I don't have no problem with him. He's never brought any problem to my home. Ever. So I feel privileged having great kids. They're great kids. They're doing great jobs in everything that they fucking do. They're excelling in everything that they're putting themselves into. I'm proud of my kids. But I could guarantee that if my wife and me were not as strict as we was with our kids, they won't be doing half the shit they doing right now. And that's just a fact. We have to start putting more mind to our own fucking kids and making sure that we know what's going on with our kids instead of us as adults dealing in our own little fucking drama, in our own little world, and then our kids are secondary to everything that's going on with us. Because that's not fucking fair to them. It's our job to give them the tools. That's what we signed up for when we put it in, guys. That's what we signed up for when we said fuck it. That night, remember? We were drinking. One thing led to the another. She said fuck the condom. You said, all right then. You didn't fight it. You didn't take around responsibilities at that moment. You're rock solid hard. You over here having a great old fucking time and you ain't gonna let nothing gonna stop it. She said, no, we ain't gotta use the condom, we good. And then you say, fuck it, 2 tears in a bucket. And then you go do the thing. There's always that possibility, bro. That pull-out game ain't active 100% of the time, especially when you're drinking a little. We think we got it, and sometimes we're like, we wake up in the next day, we're like, I think a little bit went in. Like we don't know. But that moment, when that test came back, she's pregnant. When it came back like that, that moment, your life stopped. Every decision you made from that point on has to do with that motherfucker in that stomach. That's it. So if you in the hood, maybe it's time to find some place out the fucking hood, even if you have to pay a little bit extra. Get to a better school zone. People don't talk about that. Look at the school zones around your area. People don't think that means something, but it means a better school zone means a better teachers, better everything. Because no matter how long you want to stay in the hood, because I'm hood for life. Okay, but when your kids are there, now it's not your life no more. Now it's not your life. It's their life too. Get them the fuck out of there. You don't have to do that in one shot. Start moving to little better areas in your area because it's not all bad. We try to put in this sense the whole entire, it's not all bad. Slowly start separating yourself from the hood, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna change shit. Let's keep it 100. And let's keep it the reality of what it is. You ain't changing shit. Right now, you gotta focus on your kids and getting them the fuck out of whatever situation they're living in. What they see is what they're gonna do. 80% of the time, I'll say. You got some that will raise right enough to know how to get the fuck out. Those are very few in between, though. We're talking about the masses. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of shit that you got to deal with. But you got to go. Getting them to the best education that you can. Trying to give them a shot. Give them a shot to get the fuck out of this, man. Maybe it's just me. I doubt it. God, I know a lot of my followers feel the same exact fucking way. But when I start, when kids got introduced into my life, it stopped being my life. At the end of the day, no matter what I fucking did, in the back of my mind is I have to keep on going for my kids. I have to provide for them. I have to make sure that I can afford for them to be in a certain spot. As an addict, I worked my way all the way to $150,000 fucking dollars a year. So don't. I busted my ass to do it with all the demons that I had in me. I still had to fight through that shit in order to make sure that my kids got out of that motherfucking area that we were in. That every other fucking day I see a drug deal happen, or I see a fucking crackhead sleeping in the corner, or I hear a gunshot, or my car got broken into, or some stupid shit like that. I did not. At that, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? We got out. We had to pay a little bit more. So that means less vacations. That means less everything. But I got them out. Eminem has been a part of my life my whole entire life. And my kids' whole entire life. You know what me and my daughter do? We got this thing. Then when it says my dad's gone crazy, she sings all of Haley's parts. And I sing Eminem's. Since she was 3, we've been doing that. She's working. She's going to college. She's paying her own fucking bills. We're not even paying for a school because she's got scholarships. So what did Eminem's music do to my kids? Because they've heard every album. My wife and me were in the premiere, and they were playing Eminem music, and I'm hearing my wife rap Eminem. What? I know she liked Eminem. I didn't know she knew the lyrics to it. Verbatim, every single word. I'm like, when the fuck did you learn how to do that? And why haven't we rapped together in the car? She's like, I rap in my head. You're the one that screams in the car, and does all that. I don't do that. I'm a different person. I rap inside my mind. You're like, you think I'm not, how can, she literally said, how can I not know the words to these songs? If you play it every time a new song drops, you play it consistently. Hey, I gotta learn it. I gotta learn the words. I gotta learn the words. And she made me feel like a real Stan inside of the Stan premiere, bro. But I said all of that to say Eminem's music didn't deter my family's whole entire existence. You know why? Because no matter what I played, no matter what movies we saw, no matter if I cursed or not in front of my kids, I always, and my wife always, every decision and everything that we do is what's in the best interest of our kids. Not on what's best interest of us, because if it was up to me and my wife, we'll have a 1-bedroom apartment somewhere in the city and we'll be chilling. If it was up to me and my wife, we want our kids to have this. We bought this house like that our kids can have an asset that they can have when we're gone. So they can have something. Whether they sell it, whether they want to keep it in the family, whatever they want to do to it. It's just theirs at the end of the day. It's their home. That's why we got a home. Not because me and my wife want one. But it's because me and my wife want to leave something for our kids. None of that. My son listening to all of Eminem's albums and loving them and becoming a stan and being there in the premiere and just enjoying life. None of that stopped him from getting straight A's in his fucking class last year, or the year before that, or the year before that. He listens to Eminem every day more than me. It pisses me off when people use that excuse. It's because of this. It's because, and they don't want to take responsibility because you're just not being a present parent. And there's nothing wrong with that because life happens. We get it. It's not easy. It's fucking tough shit. Life does happen. And sometimes you're so into your own little fucking thing that you forget about, is this affecting my child? Is this not? Of course. But making sure that we're there every step of the way and making sure we tell ourselves we have to be there for them. That's what matters. They need to see us present as much as we can. I understand people have career. I understand people got other shit they got to, they're striving in their careers and they have to focus a lot on their careers and it's tough sometimes to take some time out for them. I get that. But even if you're dead tired, falling asleep in the chair, be there, present. Muster the energy, that same energy that we mustered to get that overtime, that same energy that we mustered to sell that next nickel bag or whatever the fuck we doing. The same energy that we mustered to do all that rest of the shit, let's muster that same energy to focus on our kids. Because that's where we fix everything. If the masses just focus on their kids, instead of on getting the most views on fucking Instagram. I never knew I.
And fuck was the first word I ever learned up in the 3rd grade. Flipping the gym teacher the bird. Look, so read up about how I used to get beat up. Peter on, be on free lunch and change school every 3 months. My life's like kinda what my wife's like. What? Fucked up after I beat her fucking ass every night, Ike. So how much easier would life be if
19 to turn up? But look, see what he just said? He gave you a lesson that he says, I beat my wife. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Because you honestly think that's where the common sense thing comes into play. Like, use your brain. Come on.
Life's like, what? Fucked up after I beat her fucking ass every night, Ike.
I literally, this argument was for 1999, for the parents of 1999. That's what this argument was for, this rant. It was for nobody present. For not one person present. What the hell is it? Paging me at 9:33 in the morning. Crack of dawn and now I'm yawning. I got wiped the coal out my eye. Who the fuck is paging me now and why? Hold on. I don't know who the fuck that number is. And I'm not gonna pick up.
My life's like kinda what my wife's like. What? Fucked up after I beat her fucking ass every night, Ike. So how much easier would life be if 19 million motherfuckers grew to be just like me?
'Cause I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew.
You know what happens? You get vibe reactions. Stop talking crazy to these niggas, bro. Huh? Eminem asked a question, bro.
Ike. So how much easier would life be if 19 million motherfuckers grew to be just like me?
'Cause I never knew I would get this big. I never knew
I'd be very easy. You know the one thing, one of the things, and I believe this is one of the majorest things that I got out of listening to Eminem for 25 years, since 1999. 1999 is when I want to say 98, I heard of him on a mixtape. And I don't know when it was, but I know it was not his. I know it wasn't his. He was on a mixtape, and I want to say Funk Flex, but I'm not sure. It was an old freestyle that he did. It's popular now, and I know I heard that before, but I never put the name to the artist. And because it was just a mixtape that I just put in and I just let that shit play. I didn't really. So I heard of M in 98. I knew exactly who the fuck he was, 99. And boy, when this album came out in 2000, I said, you know what? I love the first one. Some Shady People's Fire. I love Marshall Mathers LP. And then I went back to the Slim Shady EP. I found Infinite. And Infinite is in my top 5. I love fucking Infinite. Oh, that whole album is fucking amazing.
I never knew why.
Eminem, baby. Represent this for the 9-6.
Knew I'd affect this kid, I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist.
One of my favorite verses. One of my favorite M verses.
I never knew
I have a new house or a new car. A couple years ago, I was more poor than you are. I don't got that bad of a mouth, do I? Fuck shit ass bitch, cunt, shooby doo wop. Skibbity bebop, but Christopher Reeve. Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees. Hey, how many retards to listen to me and run up in the school shooting when they're pissed at the teach? Her, him, is it you, is it them? Wasn't me, Slim Shady said to do it again. Damn, how much damage can you do with a pen? Man, I'm just fucked up as you would've been. You would've been in my shoes, but who would've thought? Slim Shady would be something that you would've bought. That would've made you get a gun and shoot at the cop. I just said it. I ain't know if you do it or not.
Cause I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect
He never
this
knew.
kid. I never knew
Eminem never knew. When he was writing it, he was not writing it with your children in his mind. He ain't saying, like, man, if I write this shit, man, all the kids in the world gonna put the girl in the trunk. He ain't think about it like that, man. God damn. So he gonna let a whole apartment on fire and then run over the fire hydrant. Damn. And then you see some dumb douchebag do this shit in the news and be like, oh, well, it's because he listened to M said that exact thing. Or maybe the guy's just had an issue because his daddy didn't hug him when he was a child. I don't fucking know. But how the fuck are you going to correlate that to Eminem? Makes no sense. What the fuck, man? Only time Eminem seen handcuffs is when that motherfucker kissed Kim. Huh? I was gonna call him Greg Buell. Me and Greg Buell, we went to the same school. I ain't cool. I'm in the red. You tapping my mom and we almost the same age. Woo! 8 Mile. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm a stand. The niggas didn't believe me. Sometimes I say things that are verbatim out of a lyric of Eminem, and it just stuck in my head, and I just use it. Pencil dick.
get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch.
How the fuck was I supposed to know?
And that beat too. Let's not even bring up the beat. That beat was, I love that beat. I love that beat. Guys, how you guys enjoyed it? That was Who Knew. Tomorrow we got, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going live 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'm doing the 160,000 / Thursday Dono live that I usually do Thursdays. We're going back to it. We're back. Last week was a crazy week because we already know why. This week, it's going back to business, back to normal. So Thursday, going live, YouTube and Twitch. My Dono Live / 160,000 celebration. We're going to have an all-day celebration, ladies and gentlemen. 160,000 is beautiful. Thank you all for hanging out with your boy, subscribing, saying what you guys say in the comments. The love you guys show me every single day is appreciative. I pray for you guys every single day, and I thank God every single day for bringing all of you into my life. You guys don't understand how much this means to me, that I'm able to sit here every single day as a job, as a career. This is not even a job, as a career. I could sit here every single day, be exactly who I am with no filter, and grow every single day my YouTube family. I thought, and I said this before, I thought I was the only one that's ever thought this way, or I've always thought people never really got my sense of humor, or how I talk. I just thought I was on my own. Having all you over here showing love the way you do shows me that I'm not, and I love you guys for that. Thank you for everything you guys do. I think we out, man. I think we out. Puerto Rico, put the commercial.